Hi, this is Clint with Academic Game Plan, and welcome to Thursday's Pep Talk. Today we're going to talk about a skill that is required for success in every area of your life. If you do not have this skill, you will inevitably struggle. Let me tell you a quick story about this skill. And the skill is the big call. Notice I didn't say text, I didn't say Facebook, I didn't say tweet. More on that later. But first I want to tell you a story. When I was a rookie in the NFL, I was on the Seattle Seahawks for training camp. And it was an interesting dynamic there because I was the only rookie. The other punter and kicker guys were veterans, and we had younger special teams coaches who were NFL veterans themselves, and they ended up having this dynamic where they joked around and were really sarcastic with each other. And all of my experience before that was a very formal relationship between coach and player. Well, being a guy who wanted to earn the job and, make friends in the organization, I decided to join in on the joking. And my first joke, of course, stepped across the line and came off as very, very disrespectful. Now, the coach kind of looked at me awkward, and later that day at practice, I made a little mistake, and he ripped me. He laid into me in front of the entire team and made me look like a fool. Now, not that big of a deal, because a lot of times that's what coaches do, but for this coach, it was a huge deal because that's not how he coaches. And when he did that, I knew that there was a problem. So I had one of two choices. I could either make the big call and go make things right, or I could do what I would have done in high school or college, is put my head down and say, it's okay, I'll just work really hard tomorrow and maybe he'll forget about it and he'll like me. But you know what? That wouldn't fly anymore. This is the NFL. So I went up to him after things cooled down, of course. I went up to him and said, hey coach, I want you to know that I appreciate this opportunity more than anything. And I have great respect for you as a coach. And that comment I made earlier, I was just trying to fit into this whole dynamic of you guys joking with each other, and I overstepped my bounds. I'm new to this. And again, I want you to know that I respect you and I appreciate this opportunity. I hope you can forgive me. And you know what happened right then is he instantly relaxed his posture shoulders and said, Clint, thank you for coming and talking to me. Yes, what you said did bother me, but because you came and talked to me and made it right, we are good now. Now, the moral of the story, I did not end up making the Seahawks, but I did have that coach's recommendation, and he was an integral part in me getting my next job in the NFL. Compare that to if I wouldn't have talked to him, and he would have stayed mad at me and had this idea of who I was as a person, as a disrespectful player who was not appreciative of the opportunity to play in the NFL. And do you think he would have helped me get my next job? Probably not. Now, the reason I tell you this story is because when you're in school, the skill for you to have that big call, that big conversation, it's your best time to master that skill. Coach Baxter in Academic Game Plan says we're doing one of two things every single day in our relationships. We're either burning bridges or we're building bridges. We're either burning the relationships with the people around us or strengthening the relationships with the people around us. And in a world where it's more about who you know than what you know, don't you think it makes great sense to build relationships with people around you so you have a great network of support who's going to be there to help you and push you forward when you need it, when you need that recommendation for the next job, for the next team, whatever it is in your specific case? I think you'd agree that you're going to be building relationships. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you are the person who did the wrong or the person who's being wronged. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter if it's your friend, if it's your coach, if it's your mom, your dad, your counselor. It doesn't matter. Whichever side you're on, you can be the person that initiates the big call, the big conversation. And again, it has to be personal communication. It cannot happen over text. It does not occur with your thumbs. It occurs eye to eye or voice to voice. You have to have communication. Now, of course, I can't just sit here and tell you, make the big call and do it, because it's awkward. It can be challenging. It's a new skill. It's a tough skill. So there are a few pointers I want to give you. Number one is timing. You got to remember that as emotion goes up, intelligence goes down. So you got to have some awareness of the situation. How is your emotional state? How is the other person's emotional state? Remember, you got to be aware, and you just got to have great timing, because if you enter into the big call while emotions are still high, okay, things are going to escalate and probably get worse. Cooler heads will prevail. You got to have great timing. Number two is how to open the conversation. A lot of times people have great intentions to have the big call, and they can just never get that elephant in the room into the conversation. They just have some pleasantries and move on and then go, shoot, I wish I would have said something. Just start with it. hey coach, you know what? I want you to know that I appreciate this opportunity. I appreciate you and I respect you, and your relationship is important to me, and I made a mistake. Can we talk about it? Hey Tim, my friend Tim. Hey Tim, our text message conversation earlier, something went wrong, and I care about our relationship. I want to be your friend, and I don't want to have any things between us. Can we talk about what happened? Okay? Just address it and show that you care, invest in that person, show that you're investing in a relationship, and the conversation will progress fine. You don't need to make it awkward. It's not that difficult. But again, show that you care and show that you're investing. The third step is to gain alignment. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're the wrongdoer or the person who's being wronged. It matters that you find alignment. Hey, you know what? This is my perspective. What's yours? Oh, that's your perspective? Wow, I never really looked at it that way. Well, I'm seeing it over here. You're seeing it over here. Let's get alignment. Again, coach says in academic game plan, life is 1% vision. It's pretty easy for us to know where we want to go, but 99% alignment. Most of your time is going to be spent aligning with yourself and the people around you. And the big call is the most important skill that you can possibly have. Because in life, we have miscommunications, we have disagreements, we have challenges, and if you aren't able to take those things on and handle them, then you're going to have difficulties. And again, school is when to do it, because you're all growing together and you have more opportunities to master this skill when there's less on the line than if you're communicating with your boss or with your new coach or with whomever is deciding your fate. So master this while you're in school so you don't make the same mistakes I did and I lost friends in college because of miscommunications that I didn't make the big call and fix. I lost other opportunities in my profession because I didn't have the big conversation, and I don't want that to happen to you, and you don't want that to happen to you. So do those three things, okay? Timing, understand emotions, cooler heads prevail. Number 2, open the conversation right off the get-go by saying you care and you're investing in the relationship. And number 3, gain alignment. What's your perspective? What's their perspective? Where was there a miss? And how can you guys get on the same page? That's your Thursday's Pep Talk. The big call. Get great at it. Thanks for watching.